Hi, we're here in my house. Or no, we're here in the studio. This is our new podcast that has been in the works.
And I'm excited because I think we like the vision, like it's solidifying. Like
we're very particular. We want to make it good, you know. We got the equipment, we got these fancy mics. Mira. Shout out to Best Buy.
We got the
No, not Best Buy.
Guitar
Center.
I'm like, girl.
Oh my God.
Wrong credit card.
We got a credit card y todo.
And just so you know, it is all paid off. We did get it on credit, but it is.
Thank you, Impala.
Yeah, no, for real. Shout out to Impala.
Shout out to Impala. They didn't sponsor us for this, but they did give us an opportunity to go to Vegas with them and work and get paid. And
to get paid for skating and doing skating related stuff. So it just felt right to use that money towards this, you know?
So who are we?
Who are we?
We're Vibrant Moves, baby.
Yeah, because
Vibrant Moves.
Moving vibrantly.
Moves. Move vibrantly. Coming up with a podcast name is so hard.
It took that was a project in itself.
Yeah,
that was totally a project in itself.
And if you guys don't like my name or our name, you can suck my left toe. No, but I think it's fitting. I think it encapsulates us, you know.
We're both really vibrant.
Elida's Instagram is called Vera Se Mueve. And before, what was it? Vera Skates?
Vera
Skates. And then she realized that she be doing more than skating. She be moving.
Better be moving.
And I was like, me too. I'd be like out here, girl. I haven't been home. Like, I'm just out here. So we wanted a name that really like encapsulates like our energy and our vibes, and you know, and then when we found out our name, I made a birth chart for it.
She did.
It's a Libra.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's a Libra.
Oh, well, yeah, we're cute as fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Venus.
We're cute as fuck.
Aquí bien cute. And we balance each other.
So much. I think we're a really great match in that sense. Like, yeah, the balance. And the whole vibrant thing about it, I think we both have really vibrant personalities. Like, it's not just our hair, although I know both individually. Like when I've been with you, people come up to you because your hair is so vibrant.
Yeah.
And like I know I've gotten that in the past whenever I have the color deposit on. If I have the right red, I get that too.
Yeah, when we're out in the sun, all glistening, like
gotta get that hair to match the personality, you know. So it felt right with all of that. But yeah, no, definitely the balancing out. Like, I'm really numbers and like structure oriented, and she's really artsy fartsy.
Yeah, I can't do math.
But the thing is, we like you know how to stick to like structure and the schedule when it's presented to you. I know how to be artsy fartsy if you help me.
Yes, I can plan.
Yeah.
I can.
So like we balance each other out. It helps a lot.
Which brings us to our topic, and today's topic is girl friendships, and we. I feel like recently for me, this has kind of been a more like it's been coming up more, like more prominent, more involved. I'm kind of just like more realizing things.
The year of just realizing stuff, and everyone around me, we're all just like realizing things.
And I definitely feel like it comes with age that you start like realizing different things. You know, like. I've had friendships like your whole life, you know, you go to school, but then once you get older, you kind of start to categorize them in like different situations.
Yes.
And there's like a theme, like if you look online where girls are like, oh, I don't have any friends, or I don't know how to make friends that aren't like people I know from work or from school, you know, how do you make friends? And it is kind of hard, but it is so important. And that's what we want to talk about today.
Yeah. Yeah, like friendships as a whole are like so important because we as humans, we're social creatures and we like want and crave connection. But as she mentioned, as we grow older, we start being able to distinguish the difference in between those relationships. And you start noticing that there are certain friendships you can do certain things with, or certain friendships that bring a certain you out of you that you don't always see. That is still a part of you and that like you should still be acknowledging.
Yeah. Also, I think there's this thing that like with Gemini moons, they say that they have a lot of like different friends, like different friend groups. Like And it's funny because I have a cousin who's also a Gemini moon, and she has hella friends, but like they're like different, you know. And she's like, "Oh yeah, my best friend is my best friend is," and I'm like, "Girl, how many best friends do you got? Like, what do you mean?"
Not me.
And yeah, and like I guess for like people like us that are more like that, it's more easier to categorize it and be like, okay, because like all of your friends, you can't do everything with all of your friends, you know, like
as much as I'd love
as
to.
much as you'd like to.
I've tried.
Yes, and then you kind of start like insinuating things, and then when they don't like fit that, then you get like upset, but it's kind of like your own fault because you set the different boundaries, or you have some boundaries and like you didn't address that, and then you're kind of like upset. So
relationships just get more complicated, I feel like. So sometimes it's hard for it to solely remain platonic. I feel like that's a really big thing as I've gotten older. That like I think that a relationship is going so well, like that is solely platonic, and then it ends up not being platonic for the other person.
What do you mean?
Like
like when they start liking you,
catching feelings, and you're just like, no, we're friends. Like
with males mostly, though.
And it usually happens with males.
Yeah.
It's always actually only in my experience, it's only happened with males. But yeah, no, so it's because I actually started noticing that as I started getting older. I'm like, well, shit, I want friends. I want legit friends. I want to have people that I know they're down for me, and like not because of what I can give to them or provide to them, but like just because they genuinely enjoy being around me. And my sister had brought up skating at one point. And I was like, you know what? What if I try that? Like, let me try it. And I like created a whole Instagram account, Veta Skates, just to put myself out there because I didn't have any friends. I had just moved back from Santa Barbara to LA after college.
When your sister becomes your best friend.
No, for real. And like, and like she was kind of starting to become my best friend, but then she was starting college too. And she majored in civil engineering. So like any person who majors in any sort of engineering major, those years in college,
no time.
Like, yeah, I was never gonna hold anything against her. Like if she's hanging out with people, she's probably gonna be hanging out with other students studying the same things as her because they're on a similar schedule. But also I was like, shit, like, well, I don't have friends. Like my college friends moved back home to their hometowns. I didn't talk to my high school friends, and like the friends that I thought I did have ended up being guys that ended up hitting on me.
Hell no.
And so like I felt alone. Aww. So I started the whole account. This was also to help my sister because she wanted to roller skate too.
Yeah.
And as her older sister, I felt like I had to help her, but I didn't know what I was doing. So I was like, let me find some resources so that I can be the resource for her. And then I just started meeting all these amazing women who actually wanted to be my friend. Like my friend.
True.
And I don't know, I started rediscovering a lot about myself in those friendships.
Yeah. But right away when you met these friendships, did they feel like, okay, like this is my friend, like I can trust them, whatever? Or do you feel like it had to build up? Because like now I know, but like back in the day, a couple years ago, like I was just like, oh, you say you want to be my friend? Okay, that's it. Like, well, I trust you with my life, and that's it. And
you were popular, girl. That's the issue too.
That's the issue too.
You were popular. I knew about all that. Like, I had been in the background, like, kind of just watching. I was like, okay, hold on, let me.
Yeah, but like when I met someone that they were like, hey, I kind of do the same thing that you do. I want to collab. I want to be your friend. I want to be there for you. And I was like, okay, let's do it. Like, let's like really go in there. But then I was finding myself giving more of my energy, my resources, my time. And this person was not like putting it back into me. And I'm like, but wait, you're the one that said you wanted to be my friend for realsies. Not just like, cause I can do that. I can collab. Like if you just say like, let's just meet up and collab, like, let's do it. We'll have a good time. But I'm not going to assume that you're going to like be there for me. But when you're saying I'm gonna be there for you, and then when I need you, you're not, and then you kind of dismiss my feelings when I express that. But wait,
to answer your question, did it immediately happen with all those friendships? No. And there was,
you had to build up to it.
I tend to be that kind of person.
Yeah. You're very.
If I'm not with you by my side, with people like coming up, because a lot of people, they recognize you, so they're immediately friendly to you. And since I'm next to you or around you, they'll be friendly to me by association, kind of thing. But because if I'm on my own and people aren't recognizing me, I'm quiet as fuck.
Yeah.
And I'll just stick to myself, and like people won't even notice me.
That's true.
Like that's just who I am naturally. Eventually, like, yes, I start once I'm more comfortable, I'm out of my shell, and like everybody will know who I am and notice me. But it takes a really long time for that to happen. The few friendships that did spark right away was because the people themselves were really observant. And I was like, oh, okay, so you are noticing me. And I could feel their energy wasn't like, I'm very energy oriented. I know just the body movements and like just body language in general. I could tell it like they were just genuinely interested in my person. And
how you carry yourself and stuff.
Yeah. So like,
I feel like when people see you skate like by yourself and you're jamming out, like they're like, okay, like she knows how to have fun by herself. Like you can see your energy coming through, and it's like, hey, like I wanna kind of like do what you do, but like, or even just like watch you doing what you do, because that's still like, you know, you feel the energy and stuff.
But I was really like, I did.
Do you feel like your mental health was not good because you didn't have any friends when you came back? Like, were you, 100%. Would you say you were in a dark place? Because I was saying that like on Threads, I was like, dude, like having girl friendship really is so important for your mental health.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, and even if you have like a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a relationship, like, yeah, like most of the time you'll consider them like your best friend, but there comes a point where you lose yourself.
Yes.
You know? And I know that's happened to me before, that's happened to you. And even like when I see it happening in real time, I'm like, no, girl, come back. Like that's your buki. It's a canon event.
It has to happen. Like,
that's your buki, but don't forget about your friends.
Yeah.
There's this show called Baby Doll. Have you seen it? Or Baby Girl? No. Dollface. Have you seen it?
I feel like I have.
It's like they have like these cats.
Yes.
Okay, like real quick, it's this show about this girl who ends up like a really long relationship. Like I think they were gonna get engaged, and they break up. The guy breaks up with her, and she finds herself like so lonely. And they kind of like, it's like a live action show, but they kind of move or they put like animated stuff. And like there's a scene where she goes into like the bus, and like there's all these girls. There's like the girls that want to be like the bros, and then like the girl that goes back, like the rebound. But the whole show is basically like about friendships and connecting, and there's just like certain things that you can't do with the partner that you can do with your girl friendships. And it's so important to be happy. Like waking up and being like, or even when you have a problem, being like, I can call my Girlypop right now.
And it's not to say that like just because you have your special person that you're not going to be happy. Like,
no,
like,
yeah,
you can make you happy and everything, but like there's still like, just because, like, don't expect one person to be giving you everything
to fulfill all your needs.
Because that's just not gonna happen. And no, I definitely feel like in that time where I was lacking friendships, my there's some dogs that what were we smelling? We're smelling the carne asada, huh? It does smell good. But when I look through my camera roll, that's how I know I was in a dark place, because of the pictures that are there. There aren't any. It's just screenshots of memes. I'm not even kidding. Like,
aww.
In those times where I didn't...
Not even pictures of you?
I didn't like how I looked or felt. Or, like, there was just a lot of stuff that I needed to work on internally. And I was kind of... Well, I had moved back, and I kind of started to isolate myself. And I was just with my partner all the time. And, like, that just became it. I got lost in my relationship. Like, it was work, partner, and that's it. And, like... I'm sorry, that's boring. And like, no, that's not a life I wanted to live. So like, I came to that realization, and that's when I was like, no, I need to like find hobbies. I need to find my own thing. What do I like to do?
And hobbies that include like people too.
Yes,
because you can do like painting and reading and stuff, but you need that like social interaction.
Yeah, I was realizing that I needed it more and more. Like I was craving it. So skating really fulfilled that for me. But again, I've always been really perceptive of like who is gonna be my friend, and because I got into it, like I got obsessive with skating like in 2020, like most pandemic skaters did. But because I also came into it at a time where like the Instagram skaters were like a big deal, and like there was a lot of drama going between the famous Instagram skaters. I don't really remember what the drama was, but I just remember there being a lot of drama in that whole scene where it made me like want to like, okay, I don't want to be around the famous Instagram people, but I still want to skate because it's bringing me joy. Yeah. So that was another thing. I was really wary of people who were trying to meet me, especially if they had like a lot of followers.
Oh, would you like make friends with girls like on Instagram who skated, and then you guys would be like, we should meet up?
Not really.
No, or you would just like find them in the wild?
I found if it was easier for me to find them in the wild, I started following a lot of them more for inspiration and to figure out where things were. And find out what parks were where. But I was so like, I've grown so much since then. Yeah. I felt like I was so intimidated, like with the people that I did follow on Instagram when I did see them in real life. Yeah, I got weird. I was weird. Like I can admit to that. Like I was.
They're like, who's this girl? Like in the corner.
Why is she not talking? Why is she just watching us? And I just thought they were all so fucking cool. Like I still think they're all cool, but now I'm like, I'm cool too. I didn't think I was cool back then. Now I'm like, no, like you can go talk to them. You're cool too. Like don't be weird. But again, I didn't have a lot of girlfriends
in 2020. Did you do like the skate challenge, the Moxie one?
Not in 20. I did it in 2021. So that's when people actually started to actually like know who I was, or like I was showing up everywhere, because that's when I went balls in with Skate Dojo too. 2021 was like our year that we were really like, because it started in 2020 with Victoria, and like she was like running the show pretty much. Her and Nihal were running the show on their own, and then I joined in 2021, and we started doing even more stuff. But like Victoria was running it, like Homegirl was putting in the work. So yeah, it was in 2021. But that's when I made even more friends, because I was like, that's when I actually started meeting people from Instagram.
Yeah, me too.
But in 2020, no. In 2020, I was more observant.
You were just like kind of like catching a vibe. What are the vibes?
Yeah. How do you do this? Where do you go? Because I wanted to teach my sister. I wanted to be the big sister who knew what's up. Yeah. And I didn't.
Yeah, because I also did like the Moxie Skate Challenge, and I feel like that's how I made a lot of my friends. Yes. And it was more like them finding me, because what I used to do, which I don't know if I recommend it now because people be weird, but I used to tag my city all the time. And like I would find little parking lots, or I would find like little curbs, and I would tag my city. And then people would, mostly girls, they would be like, oh, I see that you're in my city and I skate too. Like, would you want to skate sometime? And I'm like, well, girl, I got to skate every day for the year. So yeah, like come through. Or like I'm planning on going here with my sister. Or like some days like I would literally just skate in my house and stuff. But that's how I started meeting new girls. But I was also like too friendly, where I kind of like gave them my all. And like one of the girls that I met, she was like really young. She was like 16 when I met her. So I did find it kind of weird, but I was skating a lot with my sister, who was the same age as her. So I was like, oh, this is cool, because then it's like a friend for her. But then I also felt responsible because, you know, I was like picking her up. So it kind of felt weird. And then we did have like a little falling out because of like other drama stuff. And I was like, fuck, like I just wanted us all to be cool, which sucks. But we're going to talk about friendship breakups in the next episode. Yeah, that'll
be another episode.
Today we want to like...
Let's focus on the actual friendship, like when they're alive. When they're alive and thriving, because they're really important, like super crucial for us.
There's just like different energy when you can just goof around, talk about makeup, talk about your outfits, talk about like how you're feeling insecure, because us as women, we have so much pressure to be perfect, to be like beautiful. But it's also like, we know that we like looking good, we like being pretty, but then we also don't like just being adored for that, because we're like, no, we're funny, we like to goof around, we like to like play like little kids like in the playground. Yeah, we're human, like we're more than that. And when you can like just chill out and like really be yourself with another girl or girls, it's just like energetic. That thing where they say like when you meet the drunk girls in the bathroom and everyone's so nice, like a man will never know what that's like. Them fools don't even talk to each other about like their life and stuff. Like they could be friends for 16 years and you ask them, oh, like what's his mom's name or what do they do, and they won't know because all they talk about is bullshit.
this is so true. And you know what? You just reminded me of something. Because, no, like, the shit we talk, you and I specifically, like, I know you and I are really, really open with each other.
Yeah.
Like, it just, that brain cell is working on overdrive.
It's like,
but, like, I'm so comfortable with you that sometimes I forget we're out in public.
I know.
And I be saying the most embarrassing shit. And like, I've seen some people turn around and do like a double take. Like, did she really just ask Karen this?
Can I be mean for a second?
And the thing is, Karen won't even flinch. She's just like, she'll just answer my question. Like,
oh yeah.
Like, oh yeah. Or like, it's just normal. And like, I love that I can do that with you. Like, I've literally just, I know I can ask you about my image. Like, does this look okay? Did I blend it right? Like, and I know I'm gonna get an honest response of like, no, hold on, you didn't blend it here, or like, yes, bitch, you're fucking glowing. Like,
yeah.
You'll give me that response instead
of
the response I'm usually met with my partner, which is like, you look beautiful anyway. What does it matter?
Girl,
and it's like,
I didn't ask that.
Wasn't the question.
I said, is my lash lifting? Yes or no?
like, I need to know. Like, we can fix it, you know?
To have a good friendship with someone, you need to have kind of like the same values.
Yes.
And the same like level of respect for one another and other people. Because I cannot be friends with someone that's like unkind to people they don't even know.
Yeah.
Or
true.
Service workers.
Oh,
or like, if you're not tipping, like, I'm gonna judge you because I worked in a restaurant.
Hey, she's judged me before.
I have. I'm like, how much is your tip?
You need that friend to call you out. Because I literally just straight up forgot to tip. It wasn't like it wasn't like
no, I was just if you're just gonna turn that iPad around and give me my food, no,
but I remember like you did call me out on it once, and like I didn't take offense to it. It was more like you were like, girl, did you do that? And I was like, oh shit, no, you're right, I didn't. Let me go back and fix that.
Yeah.
And I fixed it. Like,
yeah,
I don't know, I just, again, having that kind of friendship as a whole, I mean, it doesn't have to be a Girlypop friendship, but the fact that she is a Girlypop makes me a lot less defensive, because at least for me, and we've established we're not attracted to each other, so I know that like that's not what she wants out of this, so I know we're like literally just vibing. Yeah, and that to me is a huge
and I want honesty, I want openness, like that's what I value. And I feel like us being like Mexican, we share a lot of the same values, which is always like I don't know, like, you know, like when we go out to eat and stuff, like I'm not like, if you don't have money, like I'm not gonna let you go hungry, or like if I don't have money, like I know you're not, like, and I feel like that's very prominent in like Mexican culture, like you got to look out for one another. And like versus when I've been friends with like people of other races, like it's not there right away, and it's kind of like do I tell you, do we talk about this, or like, you know, like I feel like we have a lot of the same values, and like we are very similar, so that kind of like helps.
You actually grew up in Mexico for a portion of your life.
I hit puberty in Mexico, bro. That's like the worst time. I got my period over there.
Hey, me too.
First kiss.
Not me. That was in Bill Gardens. So I didn't live in Mexico consecutively my whole like childhood.
Yeah.
But I was very close to I was really close to my family in Tijuana. We would go like practically every weekend. And I did live there for like a whole like year and a half when I was 13.
Didn't you say it was hard for you to make friends there because they like hated you?
Yeah, like that was,
they're trying to jump you.
Well, that was just a whole other thing in itself, because like we were moving all the time. So like we in the United States, our family was perceived as poor because we were on the lower scale of the income like brackets when you counted how many people were in our family for the amount of money that was coming in. Like we were poor. But when you see the amount of money that was coming in dollars, and you compare it to the amount of money people are making in Mexico, we were rich. So it was really weird. But yeah, because of that, people like there was definitely some jealousy, and like people expected.
Would they tell you like straight up? Dude, I feel like me too.
Yeah, no, some girls like it was not.
Yeah.
My sister got beat up because she had a dad.
She had a what?
Because she had a dad.
Oh.
One of it's so fucked up. Like I know that
fucked up.
I know that like I understand that we do have a lot of privilege, and that like my sis, like my whole family, like I have parents that really love and care for me, and they've shown it to me my whole life, and I've known it. It's not like I ever really questioned it. So like in TJ, there were some people who weren't as fortunate. So there was this girl who, like, her mom was actually a prostitute, and se la dejó a su abuelita, and she grew up in the cuadra there, and like we knew her and everything, and she used to say that our dad was her dad. And so Emma was like, no, he's not. He's my dad. So we started fighting over that. And then Emma, being the sheltered baby that she is, she didn't know better that homegirl was from the streets, and that if she verbally got in a fight with her, that the girl was going to start throwing fists. And Emma just didn't understand that, because Emma has been sheltered.
She just wanted to talk shit. She's a Gemini. She should be allowed. Yeah. Without consequences.
But she didn't know that she's grown up in a very sheltered and loving household. This girl wasn't. Yeah. So like she just started throwing hands. So like I did see that for myself and for my sister, like in our like family, with that, like having that. And now that you're saying that you've experienced similar, and I know we've had other similar experiences when we're talking about like just us, like just our upbringings and our like childhood experiences. Sometimes I'm like, I feel like I'm talking to you, like to myself, and it's just so weird. But
that just reminds me.
That's why it's so like those things are important in friendships.
Yeah, one time this girl, like, y según she was like one of my bestest friends because we were in the same class and all this stuff. But one time she kept calling me like rica. She's like, es que tú tienes mucho dinero, and I was like so tired of it, because it's like, girl, I didn't have money. I would have to ask my grandma for fucking like 5 pesos so I could go buy a little manzanita sol or whatever. And I was like, if I had so much money, why would I be here? And she got so offended. She's like, somos pobres, pero somos like honorables. I don't know what the hell, but I was just like, yeah, leave me alone. And then this girl too, según my bestie, because like I said, I hit puberty there, so I started to like boys, and like I was like getting my womanly body, and the boys were attracted to me because I got a thickie, you know? What can I say?
It happened over here too.
And this girl, dude, I will not forget this. She was like, you know what? You're not even pretty, but it's just like you because you have a nice body. I see, like, out of nowhere.
They told me that too. I had to
this one brain cell.
I had to deal with that too,
bro. And I was so sad because I thought she was my bestie, and I wanted friends so bad. Yeah. And even for my birthday, they killed a fucking little cow that will traumatize me forever. But I said una birria so I could invite all my friends. And they just went to my house to eat, and they didn't really like fucked with me. Haters.
It's just transactional friendships, man.
Yeah.
It's really hard to spot them. And so like going back to that whole like figuring out who your true friends are, and like what Karen pointed out, you have to have those values, those boundaries like that really align. And so I think I've always been kind of conscious of it, subconscious.
Have you always been like a boyfriend girl? Because I feel like when you deal with those kind of friendships like that, like girls like that, then you kind of lean, well, like I'm just going to have a boyfriend, or like I'm just going to hang out with the boys.
I was more of a hanging out with the boys.
Oh, girl. Okay. Yeah.
I was single for a really long time.
Yeah. I've always been like a boyfriend girl.
No, I didn't.
Not now though. I'm single. If y'all want to marry me.
Hit your girl up.
Hit me up.
Not me though. I'm taking
no water signs.
Not me though. I'm taking no, but like
no Leos either.
I've never. I've always was more hanging out with the boys because of that, because I didn't have that. But it
fucks with your head.
And I never was a boyfriend girl full on, because I was abandoned by some of my girlfriends for their boyfriend. Like when they finally got their boyfriend, they would leave me for them.
Oh, and you're like, I don't want to be like that.
I never want to be that person. So I wasn't that either. But I did turn more into a boys girl because of that. But then as I started getting older, I started realizing that a lot of those relationships were not platonic the way I thought they were. And that's where a lot of the disappointment started to come from. It's more of that, for me realizing like, oh shit, like these aren't my homies. They just want to get in my pants.
Yeah.
Like, and
they'll play the long game.
They will. And it's so sad when you finally realize it. Yeah. It's like, nah, dude, I really thought we were just straight up vibing. Like I'm really just trying to have like friends, like real connection.
Yeah, I just want to kick it.
Who you want to kick it with? Dad, Papa, you can right now, Dad.
Now moving forward, when we like enter that skating scene, and I know like there's like Instagram skaters and stuff. Then we go to you, and like you're a whole YouTube star by the time I've encountered you. So I was worried of you too. I was like, I don't know if I want to be her friend. I don't know if I want to be her friend. Like, she seems cool online, sure, but I've seen a lot of people that seem cool online and they're not.
Yeah. And I was like, you're Mexican? Let me be your friend. And you were like,
and
I don't know about that.
Like,
hold on. Let me observe a little bit more.
And I don't know if that for you, if that like also made you feel less like it would be a transactional friendship. Because I don't know if you at that point were also... Did you have your guard up by then? Like, in terms of who was in your life?
I feel like after that situation with that one girl I was talking about earlier, I was more aware, but there was certain things that people would do and say to me that would make me think like, oh, they just want me for my clout, you know? But when people are genuinely like, oh, I just want to skate with you, like, let's plan something, or I just keep seeing you, like, I'm gonna talk to you, you know? And I it's usually like when I talk to you first, it's kind of it's because I just want to be like friendly and like no me hago la creída, or you know. But when people like, there's certain things, and then like if you come at me with that energy, then I kind of like back off a little bit, because it's like, you know, I just don't want to get used again, you know.
Yeah, no, I feel that. And like I didn't want to give that impression either, because I had seen you, like, if we talked about this, I had seen you at a different, like at the rank, and you were vibing with your homies. Yeah, we weren't homies then, and I was like, okay, like, yeah, like, we were in the same spot. Like, we were definitely in the same spot, but like I didn't go out of my way to go and try to talk to you, because I didn't feel connected to you until the lavadora story.
Oh, my washing machine.
Until the washing machine story, where I was like, oh, this bitch is real. Like, she's like, she's a human like us. When like you became a human to me, and I was like, oh. And then I started like kind of looking more into it. I'm like, oh wait, like the shit she's into is like kind of what I'm into. It's not just skating. And like the more we talked about it, the more we realized how much we truly do align. Yeah. And like, I don't know. And like what I've loved so much about this friendship in particular with you is that you made me rediscover my love for makeup and like beauty and like all that. Like, I've always been into it. But because I haven't always had girly friendships, and because a lot of my hobbies are sweaty hobbies, like that having on makeup is like the last thing I want to do. Yeah. I just kind of started slowly dismissing it, and like you've seen all the shit I have. Like, yeah, she has good shit. I've bought it over the years.
And I was like, wait, you follow these girls too? Like, you know what's up? And you're like, yeah.
Yeah, but
and then your sister too.
Huh? Yeah, but my sister was a huge influence.
She started first with the makeup stuff?
Yeah, well, she started showing a lot of interest. And again, being the older sister like, that I was, let me see what's up. I want to help her out. If this is the route she wants to go, let me get more well versed in it. And then I actually got her to take makeup classes.
Really?
So she's actually, I don't know if she's certified.
They used to do like seminars and stuff.
Yeah, so like, she did for a whole semester. Oh. So she did like a whole thing, and she went to the whole competition and for estheticians and stuff. Cool. She did study it in high school, so she's really into it, and that's kind of why I got into it. Yeah. Because I wanted to connect with my sister. Yeah. But in the process, I also discovered that it was something that I really enjoy, because like dressing up in general, like not just doing the makeup, like the whole fit, but the makeup adds to it so much more. Yeah. So I just discovering that creative side, because ever since I started doing that, I've been exploring more creative outlets. Yeah. And I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, and
my partner.
Women are literally made to create. Like, I saw this TikTok that was like, if you feel depressed or you feel like you don't know what to do with my life, just start creating anything. Yeah. And then that makes you like have a purpose kind of thing, you know, like once you start, because yeah, I feel that too. And with me for makeup, like my mom used to sell Mary Kate, and she used to have like the little samples, and I was just like so obsessed with it. And I remember like being judged by my dad too. Like the first time he saw me like wearing makeup, he was like, why the hell are you wearing that? Like, you're gonna be late to school, like who gives a shit? And I just felt so shameful. And then también one time he was like, why do you only wear like jeans and stuff? Like, you gotta be like girly. And I'm like, what do you want from me? Like, fucking growing up, identity crisis. And that's that plus like all the pressure from like, I was gonna say social media, society, yeah. Bro, it's hard out here. But yeah, like,
and because my dad would also say that, and he would tell my little sister that. But I would be over here encouraging her, like, no, girl, do it. Like, if you like that, do it. But my dad was definitely a hater, because, and I know it's a different way of thinking. Like, they culturally and like generationally, like it is a different way of thinking. Because once my dad started seeing that you can use makeup not only to sexualize yourself, because that's how he always viewed it. He's like, women are only doing this to make themselves look more attractive for men. That's literally why he perceived it that way. But like, then he started seeing that like there's women out there doing all the, or like not women, just people in general out there like doing their face and getting like brand deals from all that makeup that they're doing. They turn it into a whole business. Saw that? He saw that people were turning into a business. Okay. And once he noticed that there's a business side to it, that you can turn it into a business,
he was like, I want some.
He was telling Emma, what brushes do you want? Do you want, like, what do you need? Like,
really?
He became more supportive.
Oh, that's so sweet. Once he
finally understood that, like, it took a while. Though, like, there was a lot of shit talking and there was a process, but like, a lot of the times it's because they don't really understand.
They don't see the different point of view.
It's like generational. It's also like where they come from. Like that's not what their life was like. That wasn't the kind of opportunities they had.
Yeah.
So sometimes that's also a different thing.
Sometimes you just need someone to be like, what? Is that new? You look so good.
Yeah, you need that. You need those really
oh, did you do your hair a little bit different? Dude, that looks so good. Do it like that again.
It's the little things.
Yeah. And well, you know what? I've never really had like guy friends like that. That are just like, they just want to be your friend.
They've only been gay. The only times that I've had that
is true. That's true.
The sad realization, like,
you're gay.
It's a really shitty realization, because
and even gay friends, like, it's not the same.
Yeah, no,
like it's similar. Yeah, because like there's a lot of like gay guys that will wear makeup, and then we can like bond over that, but like it's not the same. And I don't know, like a compliment from a girl means so much more than like a guy, you know. And we're like detailed with our compliments. Like we notice little things. Like, do you know how long it used to take me to put on a lash before I knew? Like,
do you know how long it took?
I know. I know. And like if a girl tells you, oh my god, your lashes are so good, like, what's up?
Dude, a girl complimented my highlight back in 2017, and I still remember. She said my highlight was popping. When you find a genuine connection with another Girlypop, like, it doesn't compare when it comes to the compliments, but also the calling out. Because they know, you know, that both of them are coming from a genuine place, like good-hearted place.
Especially if you both honor honesty and you value that, and that's something that you want. Because some people don't. They're like, just lie to me, like I don't care, like tell me what I want to hear, you know. And I'm not like that. And also, like, I don't know if we addressed this, but it's, you can be friends with someone, but if you really want to be like have a good friendship, you need to put time into it. You need to connect, you need to catch up, especially if your friend is in a relationship. You have to be like, yo, like I know you're in a relationship, but like I want to hang out with you, I want to see you, I want to talk to you on the phone, I want to tell you about my day, I want to hear about yours. You know, it's really important to, you made a friend, you said hi, you guys are cool, but if you really want a true friend that's going to be there for you, because at the end of the day, we just want people to be there for us. We want someone we can trust. We want to be there for you. So it's not just going to happen overnight. You need to keep connecting, keep calling out. And even if like you text your friend and they don't reply to you, text them again. You know how like many of us have like ADHD and like we be forgetting and stuff. Like if they're your friend, they're not going to be upset that you hit them up again. If anything, they'll be grateful. They're like, girl, thank you so much for reminding me. Let's do it. Send me a voice memo if you can't talk to me. So like everything she's saying, oh my, I cannot stress this because I'm so bad at keeping friendships up, but like she's so good. Like everything she said, like she's not just talking out of her ass, she's actually done it, which is how we actually like remain friends. And she made me feel comfortable enough to the point where now I'm okay with sending her voicemails and memos and being like, wait, hold on, let me just trauma dump on you real quick out of nowhere, out of the bloom. I'm like, ooh, my favorite podcast. But like it's because she put in that effort, and like I did reciprocate. I'm not gonna say it was all her, but it definitely, like that where you're saying like if your friend is in a relationship and she's kind of see that she's pulling away because she's in a relationship, call her back. That's something that I haven't always done with my girlfriends. I just start noticing that they're pulling away, and I'm like,
what the fuck? But did I ever say anything? No. And so like, how are you gonna expect that relationship to maintain itself or to continue to grow if you're not nurturing it?
You have to nurture it.
You are so good at nurturing friendships. Like I
like, try, dude.
I definitely like. I feel like you've made me take a step back here and there to reevaluate where I'm being a bad friend. Because like in general, I definitely consider myself to be a good friend. Like I will go above and beyond for my friends.
Yeah, no, for real.
Because I feel like I choose, like I said this, I choose them really carefully. I don't consider a lot of people my actual friend. Like they're acquaintances. I'm nice to them. We can be amicable. But like my friends, like I will go above and beyond. So like, I don't know. It takes some time.
Yeah, like anything, you see a meme, send them to your friends, you know.
Anything.
Hey, girl, like, I saw you posted on your story that you've been kind of stressed. Do you want to go get something? You want to talk about it? If I can give you advice or I can just listen, you know.
Or do you just want to go skate and not talk about it at all?
Yeah, like, we can just, you put your AirPods on, I'll put my AirPods on, and, like, we'll just share the same space, the same energy, and... Yeah, like you got to put in the work, because I know a couple people who are like so up each other's ass, like partnerships, that they're like, oh, I've lost, like, I don't have friends anymore. Like I have no one to go out. I don't even like going out. And it's like, okay, but did you keep up with it? Did you make the effort?
Yeah, I'm definitely guilty of having done that at one point when like, at the beginning of my relationship, like, because you know they are your favorite person, and like not that they're not anymore, but like. You need more. I've said this before. Like we are all multifaceted individuals, and like one relationship isn't gonna cut it. It's just not. Like, yes, you can get your romantic needs satisfied, but like, homeboy doesn't want to do facials with me. He doesn't want to do his makeup with me, and you know what? That's okay. He doesn't have to because I have my girlfriends. Like I have other friends that are willing to do that kind of stuff who enjoy it, and like we're gonna have a good time together.
Yeah, and then okay, let's say something bad happens with your relationship, but during that whole relationship you're ignoring your friends. You're gonna want to come back to them, and they might not accept you.
I've done that.
Yep,
I've done that before because I was hurt,
and that happens in that show, the Dollface. Yeah, so like sometimes you want to vent about your partner. You're still gonna love them. Like you just want to like, dude, this. I told him 3 times to fucking flush the toilet. You know, quiso. Like you want to like let that out, and your girls will be there for you. They will talk shit on you, but then when you're back together with them, they're gonna respect that, because like shit happens. Yes, see someone, and like we're human. Like I said.
Yeah, and other girly pops tend to understand that more.
So moral of the story: reach out, do what you gotta do, because seriously, having really good friendships, it's just gonna make your life better. It's gonna make your life better. You're gonna be happier. You're gonna be social. You're gonna go out doing the things that you want to do. Because look, we didn't ask to be born. Might as well have a good time.
La neta, sí.
And might as well have a good time.
And if you feel like you think you would be a good friend with me or with Karen, hit us up. Like,
hit us up.
We can be friends.
I'm in Long Beach too.
I'm in Santa Barbara. I mean, Santa Barbara. Sometimes Long Beach. I don't know.
Yeah, and don't try to pretend to be our friend and get on our pants, cause
for real,
we can spot that shit from a mile away.
La neta, sí. Yeah.
So. Do something good for your girlfriends today. Send them a little message being like, you know what, like I really appreciate you. Thank you for being like randomly. Have you ever gotten random messages like that? Or like after you hang out, you just want to be like, guys, I had a really good time. Like I want to do this again. It's so important. And
it's the little things. Girly pops forever.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you for listening to our episode. I hope you liked it. Give us 5 stars. Leave us a comment. Let us know if you have ever experienced something like that, where you kind of got in a relationship and lost your girly pops, and then you came back to them, or if your girly pops have been there for you at a time where you really needed them,
or if you realize you lost all your girly pops because you got lost in the relationship, and then you had to make a whole new set of girly pops. And like I said, like skating has been really good for us for finding female friendships like that, but it could be any other sport, you know, any hobby, but you got to make the effort, girl. No one's coming to save you in your room. Get up, stop rotting in bed, go outside, use social media for good. Social media can be shitty, and I know sometimes we all just like get over it and we want to hide, but it's all about your perspective and your intention. Like I would say, stop doom scrolling. Instead of just scrolling, let me interact. you know what? Like, let's not do the doom scroll. Let's interact.
Yeah.
I want to see more of you on my feed. And let me tell you,
Let's
you
be
look
friendly.
good. Let's be friends. But yeah, put yourself out there. That's like
Put yourself out there.
the hardest part. But trust me, once you do that, oh my God, the girly pop
Worth it.
show up. Because they're like, oh, you exist? Oh, you're cool.
And
yes.
energy matches energy.
Yes.
You know?
También. Not everybody's going to be your girly pop. And that's okay.
And you'll know when it's like a good one.
Eso.
Stay safe out there. I believe in you. You got this.
Girly pops forever.
I want to see the girl squads. I want to see. Let's take over the world. Who run the world? We are Vibrant Moves. Hello? Oh, yeah. Hello? No. Yes?
Yes, I can hear you.
Bounty napkins. That's what I think of. Welcome to our new pad
And then we
thai. Okay, we're starting over. And we're colorful.
We out.
Thank
Actually,
you.
I don't want to.
No, do not. And with that, that's how your heart's gonna feel when you make a girly pop friendship.